that movie also. My number one's.
Keep going, man.
Okay. Do you want us to go to number one?
Sure.
My number one is Dark Knight.
My number one is Dark Knight too.
We'll end with your number one. So,
Okay.
The thing about that movie that I saw it in IMAX. That was the first time I saw it, right? So there's that scene, the bank scene at the beginning when they're it's immediately
it's
like...
all filmed in IMAX.
Yeah.
The silence. It's not even the sound. It's the silence.
It's so
the
intense.
lack of sound. It's amazing.
Oh, such good job.
And just the
such a good job.
first scene zooming in on the clown mask, and then like the whole time, this Joker guy, have you heard of him? Blah, blah, blah. And then it's like he's the guy, and it's just, it's just perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
and then the
Freaking
movie,
Nolan, man.
the movie was a little too long.
Definitely. They should have cut the last 30 minutes off.
Yeah, well, I mean, you had to do the whole
they
Two-Face
didn't
thing.
need to do that.
You had to set up he becomes the bad guy, right? I mean, Dark Knight's the bad guy. That was kind of what he had a trilogy in mind, I think.
Yeah, but I think they could have tacked that onto the beginning of the next
Yeah, I
movie
know.
or something. I don't know. It seemed like it took away from it.
Remember the CGI for his face? That was pretty
Excellent.
brutal.
Yeah,
You didn't like it?
it was alright.
I thought
was
it was.
excellent.
I thought it was.
I
Okay.
prefer Tommy Lee Jones.
the purple melted face. No way,
I like
man.
the suit that's divided in half.
His the
The
two
part I didn't
girlfriends.
like is, he's like
I
on
just
his
watched
face.
that the other day.
Yeah.
Rachel!
Yeah, that's the part. I mean, he overdoes
God,
it.
Maggie Gyllenhaal is the worst actress on this
Really?
planet.
I didn't
Ugh.
mind her.
I don't like her.
Skeletor.
Stand is-
She's not cute.
She's the worst Gyllenhaal, man. Ugh,
the
can't stand
two.
her.
No, there's so many. There's a ton.
There's scenes in that movie that are straight out of like the old cartoon. I know we've talked about Dark Knight
Yeah.
forever on this podcast, but
That's fine. This is the appropriate time to talk about
right.
it. The one time.
so then there's like the scene where they're having the little party, the shindig at Bruce Wayne's house,
Yeah.
and then Joker shows up. Like those were like every other cartoon episode was
Right.
Joker showing up to these parties with all his henchmen
Right.
and just messing with them and stuff. And it just played out so nice. The part where he slides down on the money before he burns
Yeah, and
it.
then he lights it
like,
on fire.
Oh my! Like that is the Joker.
The
That is
nurse.
amazing.
Click,
the
click,
nurse.
click,
Oh,
click,
beautiful.
Yeah, it was great.
Even just like when he has all the grenades and stuff on his body and he's like got his little thumb, he's always got his thumb like gonna pull it. He's
Yeah.
like, hold on there. Like it's such an amazing job.
I also like that they don't, because apparently DC recently came out and said they're going to do an origin to Joker officially, like an
Really?
actual official origin to Joker, which is fine, whatever. But I love that they give an origin to him in the beginning because you're like, oh, they're going to talk about how I got these scars, but then he
Right.
changes it, so you're like, oh, you don't know, like that's Joker. It's so unsettling. And again, he's right up in the camera and he's like, you want to know how I got these? I mean, it's just like, it's so awesome. Like, he is so creepy.
Right.
And it's even creepier because of, the actual events that occurred. You know what I mean? Because I heard he really got into it, like, to a point where it was, not good.
No, I've heard some stuff about Jared Leto doing the same thing with Suicide Squad.
Sending dead rats or something to people?
Yeah, sending gifts to his castmates, and they're like dead animals and stuff like that, like really getting in the character.
Apparently,
but
we really probably shouldn't let people play the Joker anymore.
it's just too
Right.
much, right?
Like, Mark Hamill can't even say anything in movies anymore. He just... So that's my
It's
number
like
one.
Tropic Thunder was that where he's like, you never go full tar. There's like another good Robert Downey Jr. movie.
All right, so we did both of our number ones. Again, if you have not seen Dark Knight, what are you doing? Get out underneath
Who
your
hasn't
What's
seen that
wrong
movie? It's
with
like
you?
one of the top 5 or 10.
How is it
movies
not
grossing of
your
all time.
top? I want to hear this. It's
My
better
top
be
is the
good.
Avengers.
Oh, okay.
Just, same stuff you said. It's seeing the first, the ensemble cast all together for the first time after building up for all these movies. Seeing them the first time on screen. It's never happened before.
Yeah.
I could just rewatch that movie over and over
And
again.
then that made you a fan of S.H.I.E.L.D., right? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah, I
That's
haven't.
how much
I'm
you
not,
love the
I'm not
Avengers?
caught up, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. pretty good.
I think what's interesting also is like that movie, again, Josh Whedon just does such a good job. And I think he said he's taking a break, right? Because he's not going to direct anything after he did the second one because he's like, it's too much. Like,
No, it came out a couple days ago where he's not objective to doing another Marvel movie. It's just with the studio pressure with Ultron, and you can kind of see it in that movie. The movie's not the best. It was just kind of
too many cooks.
pushed the wrong way.
Right? I mean, it's like you have to serve so many masters. And like we talked about with Star Wars, like with these movies, you can't, I mean, you can make leaps, but you have to be real careful. Because like, you do Batman versus Superman, not to beat that up again. But I mean, you said when we were right before we started, I guess 2 of the directors for the upcoming DC movies are potentially leaving, or maybe...
Yeah, the Flash director already left for sure, and then James Wan for Aquaman is, I guess, was rumored to be.
So I mean, it's a testament. That movie could have that movie had every opportunity to fail as much as it had to succeed. You know what I mean? Like, you had there's
If it
so
would
many
have done
characters.
well, it could have built an amazing franchise, and instead it just
No, but I'm saying
Destroying.
Avengers. That's what I'm saying. The Avengers had every opportunity to fail.
Yeah, if
disastrously.
the first Avengers movie was as bad as Ultron, then yeah, we probably would have had a problem.
First of all,
Ultron was
Ultron
not
is not bad.
bad.
It's just because it's next to the other movie. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, maybe it's all right.
The other thing is that, it just suffers from nobody cares about the bad guy. It's always the bad guy, I think, that screws things up. Ultron
That's what I
was
like
not a
about
good
Loki,
bad
because
guy.
like Loki was technically the big bad guy of the Avengers, but it's not. It's
The Skrull was- I
the
think the-
demon, and then obviously we get the huge reveal. I remember losing my shit at the end of the freaking movie when you got to see
Thanos, yeah.
Thanos at the end. You're just like, oh my god, Thanos, Infinity Gauntlet. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like they're like, we're gonna do an Avengers movie. Like, no, you're not. And then they do. You're like, oh my god. And then they're like, and we're gonna do an Infinity Gauntlet. No, you're not. Like and they're gonna do it. Like
And they're
that's
still building. And how many movies has it been building up to each movie covering a stone here, a stone there?
I'm of the mind they're making it up as they go. I mean, I know they
No,
have some
they're
general
not,
idea,
man.
but like,
Yeah, man.
come on, man. They're. I mean, striking gold.
Well, I mean,
It's
it's just like the only things that tie it together are these little. I mean, once they
stones.
hit Guardians of the Galaxy, I think they had an idea in mind. But at the beginning, it was just these little cutscenes. I mean,
Right.
it's like Iron Man.
hey, we're
It
trying to
didn't
make
really
this-
say anything about
Yeah.
anything. I think it had a Captain America shield or something in his area or something
Yeah.
like that. There were some little,
And that was
things.
almost just a fan service thing.
Right, but then they do a little cutscene with Samuel L. Jackson or something, and then they do the Hulk movie, and they just do a little cut. You know what I mean? They were testing the waters.
No,
they
I
were
know.
like not jumping all in at first, and then once they had enough build to it, Guardians of the Galaxy did phenomenal. And all this,
And I
they
think
got
that's-
the stones building up, but I don't think it was originally the plan was the Infinity Gauntlet.
I think it was always kind of like you said, the
general
the frame of where
very
they were going to
very
go.
thin frame. I would say. I think the one thing about Avengers is it is the reason that there's so many more Marvel movies being made and more leaps being taken, and also in the TV space. I mean, I don't know if what's the one with or she was S.H.I.E.L.D. back in the day.
Agent Carter.
Agent Carter, is that still around? I stopped watching it.
Yeah, they just ended they've had 2 seasons. They're really short. They're like 6 episodes.
But that's what I'm saying.
Not very
Without
good.
the grandiose success of that movie, I don't know if Disney and Marvel would have taken the chances they've taken
course
with
not.
Guardians of the Galaxy, with Ant-Man, with Doctor Strange. I mean, those are for all intents and purposes, the money they're putting into them, it's still a risk, big time.
Not
Even
even that,
still.
but like you said, the TV stuff, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they're doing a spin-off from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to another show,
So-
which is dumb,
so
but
thank you,
whatever.
Josh
what is the
Whedon.
other show?
They're going to do what's the chick's, not Black Widow, what's the chick's name? Widow's
Martha Hill. I don't know.
No, it's the...
Mockingbird?
Mockingbird. Her and then her
awesome.
husband in that show, they're going to
Her
do a
husband
mix.
is Hawkeye. How are
Maybe
they
in the
gonna do
comics,
that?
not in Marvel's.
Anyways, well, I just think Josh Whedon. He's a good guy.
Yep. Too bad they ran him out. What are you going to do?
They'll find somebody else. Don't worry.
I just hope they don't let it all screw up. Then
Yeah.
let it all fall
Well,
apart.
that's why I'm
But
like I
either
said,
way, we got a lot
You know,
out
the
of it.
Civil War.
The same guys who are doing Civil War, the Russo brothers, who did Captain America: First Avenger, and they did. Did they do the First Avenger?
I'm not
Say
sure.
they
No,
did.
I don't know.
I know they did Winter Soldier. They're doing Civil
Winter
War,
Soldier's
and
so
they're
good.
doing Infinity War too. The brothers. So,
Yeah.
and I know Josh Whedon is EP on the Infinity War movies as well.
Good.
Or
Good,
no,
good,
maybe
good.
it's Favreau. Anyway,
I was going to
they're
say, I
gonna-
thought Favreau was.
Yeah, it's
but, I mean,
Favreau.
he's like I see his name all over the place as executive producer.
got a lot of money.
I mean, EP, what
name
does an
on
EP
like
do?
everything.
He grows up and you grows up. Swingers reference. All right, let's wrap it up. Good conversation. Top 5 superheroes. This was hard. I was trying to like be, I wanted to pick like, I don't know. The movies that I picked, I feel like they're the easy picks, if that makes sense. Like, oh, Spider-Man 2, and you know what I mean? But these are good movies. Like, they're not bad objectively. They're not bad movies. So, again, if we didn't say any of your favorite movies, leave them in the comments down below. We want to know.
Yeah, what are your favorite superhero
Yeah,
movies?
also, you can shoot us an email. It's at...
sitdownstandard@gmail.com.
Now, Jordan, you've been gone for a few weeks. Do you remember the email? It's...
Sit down standard at like Hotbot.
What the hell is Hotbot?
Earthlink?
It's Hotmail.
No, Hotmail.
Gmail,
No. Do you remember
gmail.com.
No, Hotbot was like it was like before Google took everything over. There was like options like Lycos.
Yeah, we
And
had-
Hotbot was like a search engine.
All right.
Yeah.
Alta Vista for life.
Alta Vista.
Babblefish.
I wonder if you
Dogpile.
still- do those still exist?
No.
They have to.
The domains are probably
Who
just
takes 'em?
redirect to Yahoo or something. Yahoo bottle that crap up.
All right.
Okay, so at Yahoo.
Okay. It's still not the right
No,
one.
Gmail.
There you go.
We should just buy everything he says, just have him forward to our
Yeah,
Gmail.
That's
exactly.
what I thought we were doing. I
No.
thought Dave
Except
bought
it's-
everything.
I don't think at Facebook.com is a thing.
You can't do that?
Well, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Sit Down Standard. And again, thanks for checking us out. Till next time. Bye.
See you
Later.